Chicago businessman and doctor Tahour Rana escapes life in prison as a federal jury decided he did support the organization responsible for the Mumbai massacre, but was not linked to this particular attack. It was a 3-day siege in 2008 in India's largest city, launched by Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist organization. 164 civilians were murdered in cold blood, including 6 Americans. Defense attorneys say Rana merely was duped into being involved in the attacks by government key witness David Headley, his college classmate and close friend. U.S. government prosecutors argue Rana used his immigration business to send conspirators like Headley to attack sites and meet with terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba and Pakistan's inter-service intelligence.
There was in the mind of at least one of the persons a plan to kill people and to maybe bomb a building, which obviously is very serious. What I pointed out, my rejoinder was that there isn't any allegation or any evidence in the complaint that Mr. Rana was aware of that.
The jury thought Rana was aware at some point of Headley's intentions, enough to convict him of supporting a failed attack on a Danish newspaper that had printed a Prophet Muhammad cartoon. The FBI has questioned Headley's credibility, but the witness has indicated possible al-Qaeda links to Lashkar and Pakistan's inter-service intelligence. Foreign policy experts warn the trial not only could increase U.S. scrutiny, but also could breach an already unstable relationship between Pakistan and India.
I think the government's case against Rana will include a broader explanation of Pakistan's assistance historically in creating and then continuing to support Lashkar-e-Taiba.
Though guilty for supporting the group, defense maintains Rana is no terror conspirator, just an innocent Chicago family man fooled by a deceitful friend. Megan Malaris, Fox News Channel, Chicago. We're here at the site where a Chicago man walked his last steps Monday morning before being struck and killed by a taxi cab driver. A surveillance video shows the man walking at a brisk pace down Illinois Street behind me. He apparently stops to look for traffic, but presumably does not see a taxi cab speeding through this intersection at Columbus at about 60 miles an hour. Now this is 30 miles an hour above the speed limit in this area. The taxi cab driver swerves to avoid another car and hits the pedestrian before crashing into the parking garage behind me. Police have not identified the victim, but have said he is a man in his 40s. The cab driver, known as Yao Afori, has been given other citations before, about 30 in his past record, and he was given a citation in this instance for driving too fast. He and a female passenger were taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital and treated for minor injuries. Now, this incident marks the second in the past 2 months in this area, as in May, a 26-year-old graphic designer was struck and killed by a tourist at this same intersection of Columbus and Illinois. Reporting live from downtown Chicago, I'm Megan Malaris, Fox News Channel.
This just in, 3 explosions have shaken the city of Mumbai in what appears to be a coordinated attack against the country's financial hub. The Interior Minister is saying it is too early to determine what happened, but acknowledging it could be a possible terrorist attack. Indian news outlets have reported at least 10 people have been killed, with possibly dozens injured. Officials are working on a proper response and will issue a statement later today. After pressure from the British government, News Corp has withdrawn its $12 billion bid to buy the remainder of BSkyB. This sharp retreat comes amid a scandal over reporting tactics at one of its UK tabloid newspapers, News of the World. News Corp already owns 39% of BSkyB, which owns Sky News and a range of other profitable pay TV channels. It is unclear whether the British Parliament will challenge this existing ownership. And in New York, the dismembered body of a missing 9-year-old boy was found earlier today in Brooklyn. Lebby Kletzy was last seen early Monday evening walking home from a camp in Borough Park, Brooklyn. Security cameras captured some of the last images of the boy and showed he was being followed by a man with a backpack. Authorities took the 35-year-old into custody after discovering the child's remains inside of his home. The man, who has not yet been identified, is being held on suspicion. Police say charges are pending. In Chicago, Ariel Rothfield, Fox News.
In breaking news, jurors in the month-long Casey Anthony trial have found Casey Anthony not guilty of the murder of her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. Anthony received not guilty verdicts for first-degree murder and 2 counts of aggravated manslaughter. Jurors did find her guilty on 4 counts of lying to law enforcement, each carrying a maximum 1-year sentence. Kaylee Anthony's remains were found in 2009 in a plastic bag in the woods near her home. Anthony's lawyers maintained throughout the trial Kaylee drowned in her grandparents' swimming pool. Jurors declined to speak to the media after the verdict. And next, a developing story, the Marion County coroner has released autopsy results of a body found in an Indianapolis creek on Monday. Dental records indicate the body is not that of missing Indiana University student Lauren Spearer. The female, identified as African American, also is not missing 74-year-old Dorothy Hurd. Indianapolis Metropolitan Police say the body was too badly decomposed to identify the age or ethnicity on site. And in Cleveland, witness testimony resumed today in the trial of alleged serial killer Anthony Sowell. Family members put a face on 3 of the 11 female victims and spoke of their past drug-related problems. Sowell is accused of luring women into his home with crack cocaine, raping and killing them, and then scattering their bodies around his home. Police discovered 11 bodies in fall of 2009. We'll have more on that as the trial progresses. From Fox News Channel in Chicago, I'm Megan Maleris.
That was really good.